Okay, we're going to be playing the PC version of Tony Hawk 2. Sorry about the taskbar at the top. I can't get that to go away. I'm just shocked that this game works at all. Let's be Bob Burnquist. So there are some pretty good advantages to playing the PC version. Hold on, I need to turn off the music so I don't go to jail. There's some pretty good advantages to playing the PC version, like that load time. There was no load time, just instantly started the game. I'm playing in 480p, which happens to be the highest you can go before the game will crash. Because I think it doesn't know what my graphics card is or whatever. I mean, this game came out 16 years ago, so I'm shocked that it worked. You just have to put it on compatibility mode for Windows XP and it'll work. Although Windows XP wasn't even out yet. So Tony Hawk 2 is my favorite game of all time. It's tough to say. My favorite video game, is it my favorite skateboarding game? I'm not really sure. The Skate series gives it a run for its money in that regard. Man, I'm gonna have some trouble. Usually I've played this game so much, I could do this whole level in one run, get everything, including the cash. But trying to talk through it does not help. Why am I going so slow? I'm stuck. So this is my first time playing this PC version. Usually when I do these little gameplay videos before my reviews, I've already finished the review. In this case, I have not even started yet, although in your time, it will still be up tomorrow. So having cash in the game is a change. In Tony Hawk 1, there was no cash, it was just point icons. So you could get extra points. Is that no, I missed a piloring. Ah, crap. Yeah, I blew it on this run. Oh, almost. I love that sound, and when you can get them all, oh, it's awesome. All right, let's try that again. So I'm coming fresh off of playing Tony Hawk 2, and I'm coming fresh off of playing Tony Hawk 1, and this game is just night and day. That game was really good for the time, but looking back on them, this one is so much better. And you can still play this game and have a good time. The tricks are better, the physics are better, the speed is better. Just everything works so much better in this game. Hey, why did that count? The PC version, you know, I've had it sitting there on my shelf this whole time. Haven't had an excuse to play yet, and I'm really glad that I'm giving it a shot because it looks much better. I would have loved to play it. You can play it in 1024 by 768. It just, nowadays it crashes it. But that would have been pretty cool. It would be the highest resolution version. There's an Xbox version of Tony Hawk 2, which I will talk about in my review. And that's a really good version, but it's still only 480p, just like this. Textures are better, of course, but... And what did I... Oops. Did I restart? Dang it. I don't remember what I still have to do. I don't think I finished the barrels yet. Nope. So I had played through this game so many times in the past that I had to come up with extra challenges to make it interesting for myself. One of the things I would do is I would play through without ever upgrading my stats or spending any money. So I would just have the special tricks that I started with, and that's it. No stat increases, no bonus tricks, and it made it so much harder. Like playing the bull run with base stats, impossible. It is so hard. When I went back through to start playing this game for the review, I was shocked at how easy it was. based on what I remember, and the reason why is because I used to do all that kind of stuff. So the next level is my favorite level in all of Tony Hawk, which I can play instantly with the power of PC. School 2, I think it was just my favorite level because everything is realistic. You don't have to skate through grass at any point. Yeah, that's cashew. You don't have to skate through grass. It's based on sort of 90s skate videos. There's a lot of banks at schools that people would skate all the time. It just seems like the most authentic skateboarding spot. You know, who's skateboarding in a hangar and grinding a helicopter. But in this level, even though you do some crazy stuff in it, it's still sort of like authentic. And it felt like what it was like to actually skate back in the day. There's a lot of other things that I would do in this level. So one of the things I'll talk about in my review a little bit, but I used to do something I called the Keeping It Real run. Me and my buddy, I'm not gonna get this. Me and my buddy used to do this. So you would start a single session, and you would do it all with sim mode on, which is one of the cheats you can unlock later. It makes you ollie really low, and you had to go through and do a realistic run, everything totally legit, not repeat any tricks, and try to fill a 2-minute run. If you ever did a spin, it would have to stay perfect on screen, you know, like that. And it was just, you know, something else. We had completed the game 100%, gotten all the bonus stuff, unlocked everything, every character, every level, bought every special trick, whatever, everything you can do, we've done. And man, ran out of time. And I would have to just come up with all these extra little challenges to do. Let's see, maybe I can squeeze out a score. I don't remember what the scores are. So coming off of Tony Hawk 1, because I just finished that when I started recording for this one. Being able to do manuals is so much different. It's a game changer. It feels so much better. It's crazy to think that there's a Tony Hawk game where you can't do manuals. Let's see. Do I have to do anything over here? No, I don't. And there's no big drop in Tony Hawk 1, so. So these bells were my worst enemy as a kid. There's one, the one, I'll get to it next, that I could never get. Alright. You know, the PC version, you can actually adjust the camera, and I don't remember ever being able to do that. Ugh. I mean, that was a bad example, but that is the one that I have trouble with. Come on. There we go. Sometimes it feels like the level is a little bit too much designed for a certain stat point level. So you go ollie right over something. Alright, I got it. So you'll ollie right over something that you should be able to get, but your stats are too high or they're too low or whatever. It's not a big problem, but it is annoying. Let's see, maybe I can get skate in 5 seconds. First Tony Hawk game to have inward heel flips and varial heel flips. Been doing some research on the original, like Big Brother and some of the early Thrashers and stuff like that. And it's funny to see the way they named tricks back then, because these tricks were, you know, just invented yesterday or whatever. And, alright, I know where the A is, I can get it. These tricks were just invented the other day, and so no one had really agreed on a standard name yet. So inward heel flips, they were called inside heel flips sometimes. Yeah, let's go. Called inside heel flips sometimes, which was kind of interesting. There's so many things that the Tony Hawk games are responsible for standardizing. So like to do this trick, varial kickflip, right? Well, people call it either a kickflip varial, they call it kickflip shove it, or a shove it kickflip. There's all kinds of different stuff that you could call it, and it was all equally correct. Nowadays, if you say kickflip shove it, you know, you're like a hipster, you know, you're trying to sound cool, like you're above the influence of the Tony Hawk games or something like that. But there's nothing wrong with that. Even saying varial kickflip seems like a vert thing to me. Sorry, that's my email going. Sounds like a vert thing because you can do a varial on vert, right? So to do a kickflip varial would be to do a kickflip and then catch it into a varial. But Tony Hawk's a vert guy, and he was heavily involved in the game, so I think a lot of vert terminology became standard. How'd I do? $98.7. All right, killed it. So one thing that surprised me when I installed this game is that it actually did not have a problem with my controller. I'm using, it's off-brand, but it is like an Xbox 360 controller. It's got all the Xbox 360 buttons, and most games will think that it is an Xbox 360 controller. This game came out 6 years before the Xbox 360 did, but it just worked just fine. It doesn't use the shoulder buttons though. Like I can't go into nollie stance. I have to click in the left joystick, which is interesting. Man, you need to stop talking so much, keep screwing up. But I can change the camera angle. Oh, no, I used to be able to change camera angle. The game crashed so many times as I was trying to set it up. There's some patches you can get, and I kept trying to install stuff, and it was not working for me. There's a patch, I think website's THPS Mods, I think it's called. They have one. My computer kept saying that the mod was a virus, and it just, it was blocking part of it. Huh. Okay, yeah, so in this version of the game, the PC version, you unlock Tony Hawk 1 levels, which is kind of cool. I do not want to play a downhill jam again. There's some extremely blue fog in the PC version. Oh, did you see that? I was like hovering above the ground. That was weird. I know Bobby B here is a magician, but alright, alright. This was always one of the harder ones for me. I think at this point it starts to get difficult not having upgraded your stats at all. Come on. Like getting the $250 bill on top of that statue is pretty tough. There we go. So in my Tony Hawk 1 gameplay, I talked about how the lawn maintenance guys at my apartment always, hey, I got them all, will always pick whatever day I'm recording and just do crap outside. Although there hasn't been fresh grass for weeks, they're just out there cutting the grass like always. They cut it, and then they gotta do leaf blowing, and then they gotta come by with like a golf cart, and who knows what the heck they're doing with that. Where's the A? I don't remember. Do you hear that? Someone's glitching around in this level. No matter what, they'll find some way to just make noise. Oh, it's over here, isn't it? There we go. Okay. Have you guys ever played the Game Boy Advance version of Tony Hawk 2? It was really, really good. It's kind of in 3D. Oops, I was supposed to 50-50. Hey, alright, just barely. It was a launch title for the Game Boy Advance, and it's actually really good. Okay, so Venice Beach, let's just do it. In the last game, you can advance quite a bit like that, where you just do a couple and it'll unlock the next level, but then you get screwed at the end, and you actually need to go back and redo it all anyway. What do I want to do? I guess I can do the spray cans. Venice is a tougher level too. The hidden tape in this level, the secret tape, is pretty tough for me to get. I always try to go up on top of that building and jump off of it. A friend of mine would always do it by hitting one of the tables. He does like the table pop gap or whatever, and he would throw them right up there, no problem. I could never get that to work. Like this, he would just hit one of these, fly right up there and get it, no problem. But I will say that this version of the game, it's a lot easier than it was in Tony Hawk HD. They really screwed with something in the physics. There's a couple things in the game, even with updated stats, that are impossible. There's a cache icon over here. You saw it for a second. It's on top of the pillar thing. Come on. Wish I could just get off my board for a second. It's not. Come on. Up there, you see it, the green one. In Tony Hawk HD, that is nearly impossible to get. It's so hard. I spent maybe 20 minutes trying to get that. I wanted to 100% the game, just to be extremely thorough and fair in my review, which was a big mistake because that was torture. All right. Don't have time to do anything else. Maybe I can squeeze out a high score here. Come on, Bobby B, you're supposed to do your special. There you go. Okay, how'd I do? That's it? Let's do the magic bum. In this game, the challenge is to ollie the magic bum, right? Well, in later games, Tony Hawk 4, I think they started using him, his name is Ollie. So, that would mean in this game, the challenge is just the dude's name. Ollie the Magic Bum. He's not down here yet, is he? I don't remember. Yeah, there he is. I know where all of his spots are, I just don't remember what order they're in. Hey, don't I have to tail slide this? Alright, cool. Now his next spot. One of the things about this level is that you can't really do that much of it in one run. So if you want to do like the VB gaps and get Ollie and collect skate, you just can't. In most of them you can, like in school you can probably pull it off. This level is pretty big. Did I get them all? No, there's one at the beginning, that's right. He's right here, isn't he? Yeah. Cool. In this one, there's just so much space. See, right now I have 40 seconds left. There's nothing I can do in that little time. So, this one isn't my favorite level because of that. Yeah, this one is what I'm talking about. That was a crappy attempt with base stats, and I still almost got it. In HD, I was like that at full stats every time, over and over. Drove me crazy. I do have a full review of HD if you want to see it, but it is not good. Just get this. I mean, seriously, get the Xbox version if you have an original Xbox. If not, get this. I paid $2 for it. Alright, that's enough. What I want to do... What? I'm connected to a keyboard here, obviously, and I cannot type in my name. Alright, so what I want to do is check out the Tony Hawk 1 level that I unlocked. It's pretty cool. I mean, this is a horrible level, but it's cool that it's here. Okay, so in Tony Hawk 2X, you can unlock all of the Tony Hawk 1 levels, and you have the original challenges. The problem is that it's in the Tony Hawk 2 engine, so it's all really easy. You can do manuals and stuff. Gray Matter is the company who ported this game. But in this one, they just avoid that by having it be free skate only or single session. I just end up in downhill jams. That's cool. It's cool that it's there, at least. Well, that's Tony Hawk 2 for you. One of my favorite games of all time, definitely. I still go back and play this game. I think every couple years I dust it off and I go play it through, beat it with one character. It's just that good. None of the other games really held up like that for me. 3 is good, but I don't like the level design as much. It seems like they're always trying to have the level have like a weird theme, you know, like it does something cool just to show off the PS2. And then anything after 3, you can't really replay it as much because it's all about story mode. And I don't really want to sit through bad acting over and over, you know. So 2 for me is just the sweet spot. Not being able to do reverts, I think, is pretty good too. There's a little more strategy. In anything after 2, you can get a high score anywhere. Just find like a pool or something and just do a ton of vert tricks back to back, and then manual out, grind the coping, switch grinds a million times, and that's it. So although the levels have all those special tricks and things like that, you know, the special themes and all that, they all kind of play the same. You know, you can get stuck in a rut. But with 2, you actually have to plan out a line. You have to know the level. You have to know where the gaps are if you want to maximize your score. So, I don't know. I think it's just the best overall Tony Hawk game ever made. All right, so that's about enough. My full review will be up tomorrow. Spoiler, it's going to be very positive. So hopefully you enjoy that. Let me know which Tony Hawk game, which version that you had. I know a lot of people had the N64 version. I'm not going to cover that this time. I'm sure it's really good. I just have so many other versions. I don't want to play through it for weeks. But if you played that one, how does it compare? I know it doesn't have all the soundtrack, but it still might be pretty good. I know there were phone versions. If any of you had, man, what was that phone thing called? You had to talk on it sideways. Oh, the N-Gage is what it was called. You get it for the N-Gage, you can get it for the Game Boy. What did you have as a kid? Let me know in the comments, and stay tuned tomorrow for the full review. Thanks for watching.